against me. Do you know what I mean? Not trusting me. So I threw a few other scenarios out there, and he was like, "You're right. It could be that." And
you guys just told me to do that with him too. Just make him feel comfortable. I know I'm buddies with him.
In another room with Michelle, and she told him the same thing. Is that her?
Anyways, tell us quickly.
But she just told me it wasn't really a deal. It was just if I would have done this, I knew that 3 people would have left before me: Heather, Adele, and probably Allison. That's what she told me.
Yeah.
And she said so for me it was 3 weeks. And then I could tell him.
Micah told Kenny that she pretty much was fishing for votes to stay, and she was saying that. I don't know why she was saying this to Kenny. She must not understand what's going on. She was saying that she'd never put up with John, and and then she was saying he should look out for Andrew. And Kenny's like, okay, first of all, I'm not gonna look out for Andrew's on my side. Don't tell me to go after him. And he just brushed off the whole John thing. And she was just pretty much fishing for votes. She brought her kids into it.
The thing is, what he did was sell out his alliance, basically, John, by saying, why did I go up? And I didn't know. And then I could say to Kenny, he'll never put up John. She'll never put up John. It just shows that John, Adele, and Micah, and Allison are in an alliance together.
Yeah, it looks that way for sure.
What it did was make everything worse. I got talking to Kenny and saying that made it worse. If he would have known, he would have told her because he wanted to protect her, right?
Yeah.
Do you agree with her?
Yeah. Totally.
100%. That makes really sense.
It's obvious now.
Putting it together like that makes sense.
Because yesterday, when he goes to me, who would you put up if you would? I'm like, Heather and Adele. Because I don't want Adele takes himself off because you're not going to put up Allison. I'm like, why aren't I going to put up Allison? Because she's with us.
I don't know. Okay. So that just proves.
But another thing John told me out there was that he basically says whatever he thinks is going to get him information.
Mm-hmm.
So he said he's basically going around telling it. So that's another thing is like we can't take everything that he says too seriously because who knows if he's fishing for information, telling the truth, or trying to throw us off.
Yet, I did say that in the corner. So
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I did say, I'll never put up John. I want Andrew out. That's exactly what John went to go tell Rochelle the day of where we thought we were going to be replacing him.
Yeah.
So did Rochelle confirm that to you? Like that Ike and John went in and had that conversation?
That too.
Do you remember how you were saying you were
Oh, yeah.
She said they straight up gave it.
Yeah.
I was there when Ike said it. I wasn't there when John said it.
So but as Rochelle said to you, John came in and bitched.
John came in and said, would you be down to take out Andrew? Because I got some people and they're all on board.
Yeah, because he went.
I believe that.
He went into that right after he pulled me aside, and of course my answer to everybody is I'm open to it. I never say yes, no, unless it's you guys. And so when he cornered me, I just said, wow, it seems a little early to do that, but I'm open to it if you have the numbers, which I knew he wouldn't be able to get.
Okay, I believe so. Doesn't look obvious, but
Yeah.
I just wanted to know that.
Alright, so the way I see it is, it's great. We're actually in the center of the information highway.
Totally.
And Sabrina's so off.
I want to do laundry.
Yeah, she is because she doesn't have to know everything.
Exactly.
She is well.
Yeah. And I can see how because
Guys, where's the blender?
if John's around
Just washed it.
and Ika knows John's on board to get out Andrew and Andrew knows Ika's on board to get, that's I think as far as that relationship goes.
Yeah, they're definitely in cahoots to get Andrew out,
But
they're not in a grouped alliance with Allison and Adele.
I
Like
agree.
Kenny just said to me in there. I'm just like, yeah, they definitely are. It sounds like it, but they just aren't. Mike is going home this week. John knows that. John's not going to go around. He knows he can't save her. He doesn't even want to save her. He's stoked she's going.
Yeah.
He has a better chance with Heather than he does with Ika.
Yeah, agreed.
So, whatever, let them think all that stuff. We can just sit in the middle and let the information come to us.
Exactly.
But we need to... It's really good that Andrew's allowed you and Sabrina to put up Allison and John.
Yeah.
That's perfect because the boys are for sure putting up Adele, which is bad because we can't save John. Really?
ARLIE, please fix your microphone.
Are you sure we shouldn't put up no Allison and Adele?
Because then Adele saves himself and John goes up. Or,
No, but Adele's definitely gonna put up Andrew.
yeah, but I guess there's the whole veto and Adele can still do whatever he wants. I keep kind of letting that slip.
John.
I could have a talk with John and he would completely understand because he knows Adele would save him. But that honestly makes more sense what you just said, to be honest. I keep thinking that and then forgetting it for some reason. I don't know if I'm actually forgetting it though. You said it to me before and I was like, that's the most logical decision.
Yeah.
And then I forgot about it. So, Allison and Adele.
Because then Adele, we know, then we are 100% sure he's gonna use it on.
He will use it on John 100%.
You think?
He'll use it regardless.
He'll use it on John
Okay.
100%.
Okay.
He's made that very clear to me.
Okay.
And very clear to John. Adele's in the 3-person lines with me and John.
Yeah.
And you're in the lines with me, John, and Adele.
But Adele
just
doesn't
can't know about you.
I agree.
Because Adele doesn't trust you.
I agree.
Because he has no reason to.
Exactly.
And he thinks you're in with the guys because you blatantly jumped on with the guys.
Yeah.
So,
That all makes total sense.
yeah.
I love it. You're in a, he doesn't have 4-person lines, but he doesn't know it.
That's actually so funny because he has no clue and I can't even come close to bringing it up. I started not even dropping bait about you, just about another person, and he's not ready to hear it yet. He's not never ready.
Yeah.
That was fucking stupid. He had to talk with Rochelle. Tried to have a strategy talk with Rochelle when Sabrina was in the bathroom and he didn't know Sabrina was in her bathroom and literally like blew up his own scene. I could tell you didn't even check the bathroom. Like, what type of fucking game are you playing? That's ridiculous.
Okay, so with how things are going today, and I know it changes minute by minute, I kind of feel like first 5 kind of has the upper hand.
We do.
Which is crazy.
See, the thing is, I do see first 5 going far, but I do always think it's impossible to make it to the end.
Yeah.
So, and the thing is, any single person wins HOH and we're fine.
Adele.
Deli meatball.
Meatballs. Hey, this stuff is done. Can I transfer it over?
It's not done. There's no laundry detergent and it hasn't even started.
Oh, my bad.
That's okay, honey. I'm just waiting for the detergent.
And we have no TP in the house.
What's that?
Toilet paper.
Oh.
Yeah, so, Adele, though, his game is fucking hilarious.
Oh my God, he scares me a little bit just because I mean, I know you've kind of got your eye on him, but God, he is just so...
He fucking scares me too. I wish I could have a real strategy talk with him, but I just sit there and let him talk and agree.
Yeah.
And so does John. John's playing a fucking dumb game too, though. I literally...
His paranoia got the best of him, and that's what's happening right now.
He was an idiot when he was drunk that night, though.
I know.
It's bad to ever
So
get
was
that
Andrew
drunk.
a little bit.
Yeah, but it's bad to ever get that drunk in his house. Like, I'll party and I'll get drunk as fuck, but I won't get blackout drunk. He blacked out. He doesn't remember certain things that happened. I quizzed him on certain things, and I gave him different scenarios. I was like, tell me which one happened, and he couldn't. And I was just like, John, you can't do that in this game, because if people make up lies about you, you can't defend it, because you don't know if it happened or not, and even if you know for a fact it didn't happen, they can pull the "you were blackout" card, and it'll put doubt in other people's mind.
Yeah.
And I haven't said this to him yet, but I guess there's no point, because he doesn't know how much he fucked up that night.
Yeah.
And it'll really, he's already mad, and if he knew how bad he fucked up,
Yeah.
he would be pissed.
Yeah.
But I completely agree. I mean, believe that he did try and sewer Andrew that night. Like, why do that drunk, man?
Yeah.
To sober people.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck game are you playing? He tried to have game talk with me 5 times, and I was like, John, I don't want to talk game with you tonight.
Yeah.
And come up with me 10 minutes later, come here. I'm like, fuck off, John.
Yeah.
Don't talk game to me. So I know he was doing it to other
Yeah,
people,
yeah.
which is so fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Because now Sabrina used that against him. Whether it's true or not, I do believe it's true.
Yeah.
But even if it's not, it would be a very smart move.
Yeah.
Everyone would believe it.
Yeah.
So, like, he put himself in that boat by getting that drunk. And he just thinks it's a fun time. Like, he doesn't understand this is a fucking game. You
I
have
know.
to play every minute of every day.
I know.
You can't let your guard down and have a drunk fun night. Like,
Yeah.
I'll get fucking gongered in here.
Yeah.
I'll have 15 drinks one night, but like, I'll never lose composure. And
Yeah.
those nights, I'll literally be like, if anyone tries to talk game with me, I'll be like, I don't want to talk game tonight. I
Yeah.
don't want to talk game tonight.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I know things can get twisted.
Yeah.
And John things didn't get twisted with John. He just fucked up bad.
Yeah.
And now it's really hard to say, but we still can. But he was in such a better position before that night.
I know.
And I literally can't even say any of this to him, which is annoying because
I
it'll
know.
just make him heated.
I know.
I almost had a talk with him the next day, but I really thought it out and I knew how heated he'd get, and he wouldn't even be able to control it. So.
Yeah. And that's why my stance is just to try and put other scenarios in his head so that he is not simply focused on one thing.
Yeah. John's with you 100%.
I know, and I feel, but honestly, like the human side of me.
I shut that side off.
Oh, it's so hard though for me, Arlie. I know, and obviously I've proven that I will make the hard decisions, and I will because I want. So honestly, if I can't win this game, I swear to you, I want one, either you or Kenny, or even Sabrina, just because she's playing it so good. I don't want Andrew to win it.
To be honest,
I would love to see you win, Arlie.
Oh, Sarah, I would love to see you win. I actually really would. And I love that we're in a really good position.
Yeah.
And I know this will never get out. That's why I'll say it to you.
Yeah.
And this is me turning off, or actually letting a little bit of emotion out. But like, I don't want to see Sabrina win this game.
I know.
And I honestly don't think she's playing a good game.
Okay.
She's doing one of those things where it's like she's coming out swinging.
Yeah,
And you can't
that's
come out.
true.
If she makes it to the end, boom, she deserves to win. But
Yeah.
she can't make it to the end the way she's playing because
Yeah, that's true.
we see what she's doing.
That's true.
And she is being a mastermind.
That's true.
She's pulling all the strings because we're letting it happen.
Yeah.
And if she did something that's out for 4 more weeks,
Yeah.
we
Well,
can't.
I don't think any of us could take her to the final two. It's like she should act because I
She would
think
win.
we'd have a better chance against Andrew.
Absolutely, we have a great chance against Andrew. But we know
And that's kind of
But that's why I don't think she's playing kid game because
That's
me and you are in the best
That's
position,
true.
long run,
Yeah.
and we know she can't go to the finals.
Yeah.
So she's playing a good game now, and she thinks she is the fucking shit.
Yeah.
But she's actually not.
Yeah, I
she's
agree.
She's being too much of a power figure, and everyone's starting to see it.
Yeah, I agree.
And the people that don't see it are the ones that she's going to take out, and everyone left will see it.
Yeah.
So it's just like,
But it's like we need someone like that in our alliance because it'll be
it's
easy to get rid
perfect
of.
for long run.
And we need someone dumb as nails like Andrew because no one will ever fucking
That's
choose
why we're in
him.
the best spot.
Yeah.
We need them to stay for weeks to come. Sure, it doesn't matter if Andrew goes next week or in the next 3 weeks.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
like, if he stays, it's not bad.
Exactly.
It's just like we're so set up in such a weird position. Even Netta, I haven't had a fucking word of game talk with Netta, but she wouldn't put either of us.
I know. Yeah.
But that's beautiful. Rochelle, I have no fucking clue about Rochelle, and I'd love to see her go soon.
Yeah. Sammy will fight fucking tooth and nail for that though. She won't let her.
I know, but I don't give a fuck.
I know.
And like, I actually don't care if I have to rub Sabrina the wrong way in the next 4 weeks. I don't want to do it next week or 2 or 3. But within a month, once we're 8-7 people,
Yeah.
we will turn it the fuck up and we'll do what we have to do.
Totally, and I agree.
But right now, let Sabrina keep doing what she's doing.
Yeah.
She's doing her dirty work. Or get Nika out for us.
And none of us were HOH. And we all have a chance to be HOH again. It's crazy.
And Rochelle can't play. It's just like the one person I didn't want to win HOH can't play next week.
Exactly.
And it's
And the
beautiful.
one person I didn't want to win HOH this week did exactly what we wanted her to do anyways.
Me too. She was last on my list.
I know.
And she won. And she got out Ika, her biggest ally. And she's actually like, she thinks Sabrina's her biggest ally. And it's hilarious because she's not. And Ika was for real her biggest ally. And Kenny made up some fake ass promise about 3 weeks. Kenny's laughed to me about it in there. He's like, how the hell can I promise her 3 weeks? The fact that she believes it makes her really stupid.
I know.
like,
That's another thing I said to John is I said, if anyone even made a 3-week deal, what you in your mind have to know is that no one can ever promise that. So the deal is null and void anyways.
and you know, I can't believe Rochelle's that dumb, but I guess I can because like,
I think she's really not that bright when it comes to this game, and she really is trusting Sabrina.
Everything I say about people is related to game.
I know, exactly. And she just is not thinking. She does not know how it works. She's really thinking out of fear, and Sabrina nailed that into her. And
Sabrina's great at what she does, and it's so good to have her
the
with
thing
us
is,
right now.
only if people trust her. Like, there are a lot of people now that don't trust her. That I don't think she could do that same thing with Netta. She couldn't do that.
She could have probably last week to Netta,
Yeah.
but now that Netta saw this, like that if Netta went HOH the week before and POV, bam, it would have been Netta, not Ika, and Netta knows that. Netta's not dumb, and I think Netta's a really big fan of this show because of, I think she's just hiding it. I think Netta's almost a super fan.
Yeah.
I could tell because she's almost
She's not
slipped up
dumb.
a couple times
She's
talking to
totally
about game stuff. Just about past players.
Yeah.
And I've asked her what season she's watched, and she's left out seasons she's talked about players, and I'm just like, Netta, what are you doing?
Yeah.
But whatever, she's in the worst position ever, so it doesn't even
I
matter.
know.
So we're golden. Best case scenario, John or Adele wins HOH. That's literally best case scenario. We don't get blood on our hands.
Yeah.
And then Netta's really good too for us to win.
John or Adele winning HOH. Actually, I don't care if anybody, but
Kenny or Andrew. I don't want them to win.
yeah, if they win, what are they going to do? They're going to put up John and Adele.
John and Adele. And Adele will save himself and win Andrew. If Andrew doesn't win POV.
But if John or Adele wins, you don't think they're going to come swinging at us? Like, not us specifically, but
Who's?
Kenny and Andrew.
Like, me and you.
No, Ken, you don't think John and Adele, like, they're likely going to go up? Yeah, I know, fuck. Jesus.
What?
It's nothing, it's just so, like, wow. To think about all the fucking options.
I stayed for like 3 hours trying to fall asleep, but I just kept running too many scenarios. We're actually, it's so pretty where me and you sit. No one's taking a swing for a while. John was sitting right there beside us, though, and he fucked his own game up by openly coming after the guys. But it makes me so fucking mad because I can't control him at all.
Yeah.
Like, I told him that I had serious game talks about how he has to keep his mouth shut and don't say something to the wrong person. The fact that Ika tricked him like that, Ika of all people,
I know.
makes me so fucking
The
mad.
thing is, though, that's why it's good that Ika's going home, because she literally can trick all of us if she wants to. She is not an idiot. She is very smart. And she
That's why
does
when she
have
was
that.
having that talk with me, it pissed me off because I was like, no matter what now, it comes out that I said stuff and I couldn't avoid it.
Yeah.
Because obviously I didn't say stuff, but like I was like, she will say I did, and I didn't want to let Candy and Andrew know how much I thought all the scenarios out because I still don't want them to know how much
Exactly.
I understand the game.
Yeah.
So it's just like, I was like, oh, she thought she was tricking me, but she didn't. And I didn't want to be like, the second she started talking to me, I knew that she was going to tell everyone she tricked.
Yeah.
Sabrina believed it for a bit too. I think I made her not believe it. And she said, oh, I never believed it, but she fucking believed it.
Yeah.
Which makes her think I'm stupid, which is fine for me. Literally good for me.
The scary thing about Sabrina is that a lot of times she'll say, when she believes something, she'll say she was there and witnessed it to back up her story.
Oh, I know.
And she's done that pretty much with everything. And then it comes out that she actually wasn't there. And I was like, oh, fuck, Sabby.
Just 100,000,000% I see her doing that. And it pisses me off because, like when I just asked her there, Rochelle confirmed it to her. I still don't believe that fucking shit for a second. It might be true.
Yeah.
The thing is, I think John did it.
Yeah.
But she would. I'm just saying she would have said that either way.
Yeah, exactly.
100%.
Yeah.
Because how would I be able to prove that wrong? I do that in the outside world. I have like a little white lie. I back it up with, oh, it happened to me one time in my life. And it just didn't, but no one could prove it wrong.
Yeah.
That's why when I see her doing it, I'm just like, you remind me of me outside. Fuck, we're sitting pretty though. I love it. If we... The thing is, feels like best case scenario, Allison goes home next week. That's best for us because she's a wild card.
But you think John or Adele would actually do that?
Do what?
Send home Allison.
They wouldn't have a choice. They'd put her up.
Okay, they'd put her up, and then they're gonna put
have
up.
a very big influence on what they do.
Okay.
John listens to me
Okay.
for game,
Okay.
like 100%.
Okay.
And he trusts me more than anyone.
Okay.
100%.
Okay.
And he trusts you second most.
Yeah.
And you are close.
Okay.
He might trust you. I just feel like I've always had him from day one.
Yeah.
Came in a little later.
Yeah.
But we're his 1 and 2.
Okay.
For sure.
Okay.
And Adele trusts me, honestly, I think more than anyone do. Because even when he was out with Paul and Kyle, we still had game talk. And it scared me to have game talk with Adele. But he realized that he actually couldn't say anything to anyone, not even Paul or Kyle.
Yeah.
Because I was so fucking hardcore about it. And it wasn't big game talk.
Yeah.
It was just like, bro, I want to see you stay here.
Yeah.
If you stay here, I got you.
Yeah.
Just stay here.
Yeah.
And if those two go, I'm your number one man.
Yeah.
And since I said that the whole time, and now they're gone,
Yeah.
who else can you believe? He was really close to Ika. And me and her were probably pretty neck and neck for who he trusted. He probably, at times, honestly did trust Ika more than me because she was so on the outs and he was worried about me with the guys. But now that she's gone, he literally has no one. He has me and John, which is nice for us because he'll never put you up.
Yeah.
He is really weary about you.
Yeah.
That's fine. But
Yeah.
still, there's so many other targets that he'll never put you up.
Yeah.
So, like...
And at this point, he'd be a dummy if he wasn't weary about me because we've never really talked game, right?
He's very... He thinks you and Kenny are tight as fuck. Which, like, I guess you guys are.
Yeah.
But he has to think that you switched
Exactly.
guys.
Exactly.
And he heard about the whole...
And I don't want anyone to ever suspect how close we are. Even though I'm glad we're at the point in the game where we can sit here and it's not weird, right? It's at that point now where everybody's having one-on-ones with everybody.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't want everyone... I'm fine if people think Kenny and I are as close as we are because, you know, and I do care about Kenny. That's like outside of the game.
I love Kenny like a brother.
But I feel like you and I are equally, if not more, close game-wise. So...
You're literally, in my mind, my number one. You actually are. Adele and John are second and third. I don't know which one's which.
Yeah.
But you're my number fucking one. And honestly, I tell them they're my number one.
Yeah, for sure.
Each of them. But I don't tell them that I tell the other people.
Right.
You're the only one that I say, hey, I tell. Hey, that would just be dumb to do that.
Yeah.
That's kind of being a Paul move.
It would be. But
That's fine.
I think they both in their head believe it when really you're my real number one.
Yeah.
And I have your back more than I have anyone's back.
Yeah.
And me and you are sitting in the prettiest position.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we are set the fuck up on both sides of the house.
Yeah.
That's why it doesn't really fucking matter what happens. It doesn't matter
And
who
you know,
wins.
because we're 4 weeks in, and you know 100% that nothing you've ever said has left us ever, because you would know.
I instantly knew what type of player you were when you came up to me, Kenny, and Andrew in the pantry and solidified the first 5. At that moment, I was completely split down the middle between my 5-guy alliance and my first 5, and me and Kenny were in both of them. And we were laughing about how pretty position we were in.
Yeah.
And we're like, let's just let the game play out a bit, and then we'll decide. When you did that, and when Paul and Kyle fucked up, instant, because I didn't know if Paul and Kyle were stupid at that point. Paul seemed kind of smart.
Yeah.
And I didn't know he was doing that with everyone. So you solidified it. But to me, personally, I knew I could have a real game relationship with you because you trusted in me. Sure, you trusted in all 3 of us. But in my mind, you trusted in me. And I was the right guy to fucking trust. So you were the right girl to fucking trust. And I will never forget that moment. It solidified the first 5. I wasn't going to go with the other alliance. We'll run the first 5 out. And right now, we're in such a pretty position because, A, we have alliances in the whole house.
Yeah, and I feel that's why it really fucking irritates me when Sabrina's walking around here thinking she fucking did everything because, yes, she came up with the idea when we were all standing there, but we all played an intricate part in...
You did more than anything.
Oh, I kind of feel that way by that one move because you're not the only one
The
that's...
thing is, don't don't let that piss you off. It shows Sabrina can't actually think.
I know, and
It's good for us that she's not that
it pisses
smart.
me off internally. I would never
No,
be like,
don't even let it piss you off internally. It should make you happy.
Yeah.
It honestly should.
Okay.
It shows you she's not as strategical as she thinks.
Yeah.
She has too big a head.
Yeah.
And she thinks it's all about her.
Yeah.
Andrew thinks it's the Andrew show.
Yeah.
Sabrina thinks it's a Sabrina show. And honestly, it's kind of the Sarah and Arlie show. It really, really is though. But what I was just saying is, we have alliances on both sides of the house.
Yeah.
And they're going to fight each other.
Yeah.
We're going to be in the middle for a long time. And the thing is, I can never tell how much you actually believe this, but like, I don't want the first 5 to be the final 5.
I know. I can kind of figure that out.
Because it's harder for me and you right now.
I know.
It is just harder for me and you.
Yeah.
So I kind of want the other side of the house to start picking at them.
Yeah.
Because either way, we're in tight with them.
Yeah.
We're not at the bottom of theirs.
Yeah.
We're literally at the top of that alliance.
Yeah.
And we're kind of at the bottom of the first 5. Like, in their minds.
Right.
Which also means if we got to the end, they might drag us to the finals. But if they make it all the way to the end, their game's fucking flawless. And it's better than our game. Because
You think even though they fucking didn't do anything, like at this point they haven't won competitions, they haven't had to make any fucking strategy moves, really. It's all been...
Andrew and Kenny have won a bit. And Sabrina's done all the strategy.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying if they keep that up, if Andrew wins a bit more, Kenny's a really strategical player too. And if Sabrina keeps this up all the way to the end, it's just, I'm foreseeing right now, it doesn't seem that good.
Yeah.
But if they keep doing it week after week, and they, in their final 2, start talking about the first 5 and the roles they played, and how they kept it together, and how me and you were at the bottom,
I can see that.
we're just perceived that way,
because
we want to be, everyone on the jury would believe it.
Right.
And sure, they've backstabbed people, and Sabrina might be looked at as like a fucking idiot for, like, everyone would hate her.
Yeah.
If they put that aside and look at gameplay, she would have played the best game. But all these jumps on her on the other side, like the Nettas, not even Netta, well, kind of Netta. I want Rochelle gone soon. Netta, I feel like we can pull in soon.
Yeah.
As soon as Rochelle goes. Netta soon, and I won't even do it. I'll let John do it.
Yeah.
But I will fucking coach John exactly what to say to him.
Yeah. I feel like Netta does trust me a little bit too. Like I feel like her and I we've had a couple good talks, so I feel like she does trust me.
I've never had a word of game talk to her because I know she's not trustworthy yet. But in a week or 2, she will be.
Yeah.
She'll be too scared not to be.
Yeah.
She's already scared as fuck now that she saw what happened to Ika.
Yeah.
She's a smart girl. And John told me she was crying about how that could have been her. And I know she thinks that. She could not think that.
Yeah.
So, like, the way I see it is, I don't want one of our alliances to run through the other one.
Yeah.
I want them to rotate weeks.
Yeah.
Pick each other off.
Yeah.
And, like, this is the first time I've actually said that to you because I really don't want first 5 to
I know.
I know how cool it would be if we did.
Yeah.
But I think it would be hard for us, for me and you, to A, beat them in the finals compared to going up against injured shoulder John and going up against fucking Adele.
Yeah.
And, like, he's not smart. He won't win. He won't win mental competitions.
Yeah.
And John isn't that great mentally. Kenny's really smart.
Yeah.
Andrew's decently fucking smart.
Yeah.
Like, pretty fucking smart.
Yeah.
And Sabrina's smart, too. So,
Yeah.
they'll be good in the mental ones.
Yeah.
And we'll be able to beat the other people in physical and mental, I feel like.
Yeah.
So I'm really, really thinking long run.
Yeah.
But again, we don't have to fucking do a thing.
Exactly.
We just sit there and let it happen.
Exactly.
And we just keep playing our role.
Yeah.
We're so fucking pretty right now. It's not funny.
I love it.
I love it too. I love when we started having game talks.
I know.
I was so apprehensive the first time, but then it just went away.
Yeah.
And now we can just, like, what the fuck? There's no way we could ever turn on each other.
No, I know.
Possible. And I don't even think that. Like,
I know. That's why when I told you when I saw you guys in there, it's like I don't even care what you guys are talking about because I trust you so much.
yeah, and I trust the first 5 so much.
Totally. I know.
They really want to bring us to the end because I put myself in each of their shoes. It makes sense to bring Arlie and Sarah to the end. For A, I'm playing down a lot of things. So, like, they think I fucking suck.
Yeah.
And that's fine with me.
Yeah.
And they think you don't make decisions.
Right.
And that they'll probably beat you in the finals.
Yeah.
Which is fine for you.
Yeah.
Because they'll bring us far, but they won't make it there.
Yeah.
They actually just won't. And the thing is, when it comes down to 7 or 8, we won't even let them make it there.
Yeah.
Well, if they are running through everyone, which is very slim chance, the thing is, there will have to be a week in the next 4 weeks where someone else wins. There just will have to be. It can't always be Kenny, Andrew, Sabrina, Kenny, Andrew, Sabrina. It can't always be. And the first week that happens, Kenny, Andrew, or Sabrina will go home.
Yeah.
It will literally be like 2 of them will go up, and the third one will go up as a veto if it happens.
Yeah.
So like, it'll just happen.
Yeah.
They can't win 4 or 5 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
And like, even if they're like, oh, because Andrew doesn't realize, like, he's always like, oh, once it gets down a couple more, we have 5, we have the numbers, we can always get someone home if we want. And in my head, I'm like, Andrew, you do realize, so I don't say it, but I'm like, you do realize if someone on the other side wins, they can put 2 of us up and replace it with the third of us.
I know.
And then one of us goes home.
I know.
He actually doesn't get that.
Well, Sabrina's telling him that, though. That's why I don't understand why Sabrina keeps saying that same thing, because I'm like, being half and half doesn't fucking
doesn't
matter.
matter.
You have the numbers.
It doesn't.
It means we're still fucking scared.
Sabrina's not as smart as she seems. In certain aspects, she kills it in some aspects, but her head gets in the way, and her emotions get in the way. Her emotions get in the way so fucking much. The fact that
she asks me all the time, like, am I emotional? And I'm like, fuck, I'm not gonna be the one to I'm not gonna be the one to
I had a lot of fun in my fucking task telling her she was emotional. When you fucking see that conversation and some of the things I said, and I cracked a couple jokes that were about like how smart she's playing the game and how like I wish I had have thought of doing that before I came in, and that she's such a genius for doing it. And the whole time in my head I'm just thinking like, well, I did think that before I came in, and she's gonna see that when she comes out. And in the diary room I really, really begged them to show that part, because I will fucking die laughing when they show that part. It's like the funniest thing I've done so far.
House guests, please stop talking about production.
Wow.
True, my bad.
Oh my god.
Oh, we're sitting so pretty. I just don't want John to go home this week. That's why if the other half wins, John doesn't go home.
Yeah.
And there's still a lot of scenarios where he stays if our side wins. Like Adele saving him. Because if your Sarah wins, if your Sabrina wins, then we can get Allison out. And Adele wins.
I just hate the idea. Okay, for me.
You can put up Adele.
Okay, yeah, because Adele already doesn't really trust me.
It will be hard to convince the guys. Let's see.
Yeah, we'll have to work that out.
Yeah.
Hey, where's everybody? Outside?
Maybe.
Where's Adele?
Yeah, I think he's hot
My
tubbing.
best friend. Is he outside?
Yeah, let's hang out a bit later today, though, Aika.
Huh?
I'll come find you and we'll hang out a bit.